Since we are talking about AI, I think I would like to talk to you about that first. And then we are going to get back to some other things that you said, like going to work and how modes of work are changing. But wo baat ki baat hai. Tell me, Isha, you were obviously studying, and then, but you can also, as a student, you can also work. Tell me, कि इटली में इस वक्त, so obviously you probably can't speak for all of Europe, but इटली में academia में AI को लेके किस तरह की conversation चल रही हैं? Are your professors as um, shaken by it as academia in Pakistan or not? What kind of professors are welcoming it in the classroom? What kind of professors are keeping it at bay and saying, "Is waqt nahi, now is not the right time for you to be using it"? What's happening in academia? And the second part of the same question is, apart from CVs and recruiting and getting through the machines, once you do get a job, how is AI actually affecting the nature of the jobs that even a student like you can apply, or once you graduate and you apply for jobs, like what would that scenario, what would the workplace look in the age of AI um, in a country like Italy?
I think that compared to other countries in Europe, Italy is a little bit more conventional when it comes to a lot of things, work culture, academia. It was a huge cultural shock to me that people still use books over here, because even in Habib University we switched to PDFs, and they have like a huge culture of posters and all of these things, which I haven't seen happening in Pakistan. So in a lot of ways, I feel like Italy is a lot more conventional than other Western countries. It's still clinging on to its traditions and everything. But I think AI is sort of seeping in how things are taught. Like, some of my professors are really old, but they have accepted that AI is part of like our education also. अभी एक नया feature introduce हुआ है on our Moodle. Moodle is like learning management system, and उसके ऊपर AI का एक नया feature आया है कि it's like a chat, it's like chat GPT. But उसमें ये होता है कि आपको कोर्स की कोई भी क्वेश्चन का कोई भी सवाल हो, you can just type it there, and it's going to go through the course material and it's going to give you like a simple answer, and you can tell it.
You don't even read syllabus anymore. That's
yeah. And you can tell it, explain it to me like I'm a 5-year-old. Explain it to me in Urdu language, for example, if my English isn't great. So it's gonna explain me in the language. It's gonna explain me in easy terms. It's gonna break down things for me. So I think that has become like a new thing this semester. It's just very recently introduced.
Interesting.
Yeah. But yesterday only, I was in one of my classes. It's called Text Data. And uske andar we're working with textual analysis and everything. So we had a professor join us from America, and we were talking about ChatGPT and how my professor, like my talent professor, was very nervous because she knows she's a statistician and she knows that ChatGPT is putting people out of jobs. So she was like, how do I stop my students from cheating?
Yeah.
And the guy said that the professor said that calculator was once introduced and people are so against it, like people are going to use calculators and they're going to cheat, but now it's part of our life, it's just a tool that aids us in like our work. And like you said, when DSLR was introduced, I'm sure a lot of people got scared, oh my god, we're going to be out of jobs. But then eventually it just becomes a tool that just helps you do work faster. So I think that's another perspective that a lot of professors are using now, use karenge bacha, and they do. I mean, I was so against it because I was like, ChatGPT is gonna take over all my freelancing work. But even I use it now. It has become part of life now. But I think professors are just finding new interesting ways to, like, by the way, one of my professors was telling that she knows that people write papers by ChatGPT now. So her new thing is that she makes them write 10-page report that people are probably writing through ChatGPT, but then she makes them take a test in class where she makes them write 10 points, like a summary point from
their own report.
Yeah, so she knows that at least they've read it. So so I think that was very interesting as well. So I think a lot of things are changing, and we have to again get used to new things, which is it's such a burnout. But at the same time, coming to your second question, That's also very scary in terms of jobs because freelance का काम almost like the kind of work that I used to get वो खत्म हो गया अब, because
एंड वो किस तरह का काम होता था? कंटेंट राइटिंग टाइप काम था या किस तरह का?
yeah, like my first gig ever was writing profile, like biography of some people. So it used to take like a lot of time, going through their Instagram, going through their websites, understand what they're doing, and then uske baad unka like 10 lines ka profile likhna. But now ChatGPT can do it. You just put the links and ChatGPT does it for you within 30 seconds, So, like at least in terms of content writing, no more work there, honestly. बहुत कम हो गया है, it's very hard to get that kind of work. Copywriting is still something that I think people, like, we're still needed, human beings are still needed because, you need human experience. But in terms of content writing, book, like, I know people who were ghost writers.
Yeah.
But like, like all of that work is done now.
Done.
Yeah, like I had a friend at my last job, उसने 10 story books ChatGPT से लिखवाई थी, and then those books got animated and turned into comic books, and like she didn't work on it. It was all ChatGPT, So it's scary. It hurts my heart, but that's a very. But I want to ask you as a professor, like, how do you think AI is changing things for professors?
I can tell you about it. I think if you have been, like, if you are the professor who's been giving like students like long papers to write, obviously आपकी जिंदगी तो अब हिल चुकी होगी. By now तो आपकी जिंदगी बुरी तरह से shatter हो चुकी होगी, क्योंकि मतलब आप बहुत अरसे से एक तरह का काम लोगों को करने के लिए दे रहे थे और लोग उसको लिख रहे थे, और जो अफोर्ड कर सकते हैं वो किसी और से भी लिखवाते हैं. I mean, this, like, sadly, like, these unethical practices were happening, and I mean, I think Pakistan तो बहुत आगे ही था इन कामों में on the global level as well. You can always outpay your classmate and get work done, right? And I'm pretty sure लोग करते होंगे. और जितना ज़्यादा privilege होता है, जितना ज़्यादा social class जो है वो ज़्यादा पैसे वाली होती है किसी यूनिवर्सिटी में, वो सब तो ये बहुत आराम से कर सकते हैं, right? Other people sometimes cheat and get caught, and then plagiarism की कमेटी में उनका नाम जाता है और गुफ्तगू होती है उनसे. So I feel like, I mean, the onus of designing assessments differently lies on the professor. It is not the student's fault that they were there at university when AI happened, when ChatGPT happened, for example, right? मतलब ये किसी का कसूर नहीं है. I would say that the situation is probably way different than having a calculator and people saying कि calculator से cheating हो रही है. I think this is like, this will like change. This is already changing the world, but this will change the world in a very different and more deeply felt way than introducing a calculator or introducing like a DSLR, for example, right? Like, we could still shoot films, but we learned to shoot them differently from film and then on, like your memory cards, because हमें shooting तो करनी होती थी, right? And then some other animator or VFX artist would create special effects, but now special effects are being created by AI, right? So again, like, the loss of jobs, the loss of work, and so many people like in the world associate their identity with work, right? तो ये तो एक identity crisis भी हो जाएगा बहुत जल्द. मतलब ये 2-3 सालों में ये ऐसा ऐसा हो रहा है, लेकिन obviously कभी किसी चीज की speed slow होती है, किसी की ज्यादा fast होती है. तो आप क्या बताएंगे जब आप किसी पार्टी में जाएंगे कि मैं क्या करता हूँ, मैं क्या करती हूँ? कि मैं ये करती थी 3 साल पहले, अब मेरा पूरा काम AI करता है, राइट? तो so I feel like I think like इसके effects जो है वो काफी ज्यादा different होंगे as compared to just having like just having a new piece of equipment into the mix. This is like, the machine will write things. So like, how do you make sure that people are reading the work that you're assigning them? And a lot of students, obviously young people are amazing and they're rebellious and they're cute and whatnot. But like, the fact is कि भाई, obviously a professor generally wants you to read stuff not because it's an ego issue of the professor. Like, they really don't want you to be stupid, man.
That's true.
You like, there are some essential readings in life that anyone just should do, right? मतलब ताकि
That's
आप एक
true.
बेहतर इंसान बन जाए. तो आई फील लाइक जब कोई टीचर कोई प्रोफेसर ज्यादा इंसिस्ट करता है कि रीडिंग रीडिंग रीडिंग, तो उसको भी पर्सनल अटैक समझा जाता है ना कि I don't know why this professor is so upset about the fact that we don't read. It's like, yeah, I'm upset because you'll embarrass me when you graduate, you know?
I know, and you like I remember pretty much all the readings I did in your classes, and I'm not like making that up. I remember because they stick with you, and but critical thinking जो already कम हो रही थी, I think अब उसका pandemic चल रहा है.
Exactly. So I think मतलब जहाँ तक assessments की बात है, जहाँ तक ये वाली बात है कि oh my God, now my life as a professor is spent figuring out whether people have cheated or not. I mean, yes, it must be upsetting. Like any new change can be either very euphoric or very infuriating. आप annoy होते हैं यार, आपकी लाइफ एक तरह से जा रही थी, अब अचानक से अब आपको दूसरे तरह की काम करने हैं as a professor भी. But I do feel like assessments का जहाँ तक सवाल है, like we will like people are already like bringing in different kinds of assessments. People are already trying to ensure that students read in a way that they don't feel the pressure कि उनका कोई test होगा reading के बाद, but they do end up reading and they do end up developing some thoughts of their own. I think like but then there's some points where like I feel like ये मुझे personally लगता है कि AI को accept करना चाहिए, उसको welcome करना चाहिए, but then there should be like, and maybe this is 2024, maybe when this video goes online and then it gets dated after 2 years, like maybe people will be like, look at this old woman, she's saying things that I think
disclaimer too.
हाँ मैं दे दूं कि लोग कहेंगे कि इसको क्या लग रहा था 2024 में कि हर चीज में AI नहीं होगा, but I feel like every professor should also have the authority to sometimes not allow AI in class. Right? Yeah. And like let your free thinking brain wander off in like a billion different directions. We should be able to we should not be judged for letting our students doodle and scribble and just think wildly, right? Because otherwise, like if you keep asking a machine how to think, like that's weird, and then the machine is run by white men, like for God's sake, like I mean our entire brand is to decolonize, and then you're going to read up on South Asian history by a machine. Like what's it going to teach you? Like we probably end up learning that the British made the railway system and it was great, and chalo train to ban gayi. Like I mean you'll be such a useless addition to society. Like that's my very frank point, right? So I feel like some points in writing, at some point in thinking, in being able to communicate your thoughts, like every young person should have the tools and the right to be able to do that without depending on a machine. And the machine should come in when like आप already इस level पे पहुंच गए हो और आपकी thoughts और आपके ideas और आपकी writing को elevate करने के लिए machine का काम होना चाहिए. ये नहीं कि आपने कुछ सोचा ही नहीं, आप एक infant baby की तरह classroom में बैठे हुए हैं और उसके बाद फिर आप मशीन से जाके पूछ रहे हैं. आप प्लीज पूछ लें, आप शायद पकड़े भी ना जाएं हर बार, आपको कोई नहीं पकड़ रहा, कोई इतना किसी को इतना टाइम नहीं है कि बार बार देखेगा कि वो कौन चीट कर रहा है कौन नहीं. Can't also be like teachers shouldn't be this suspicious about young people also. Like that's also like a classic trend where the older you get, you're just like ये चोर हैं, नहीं है, अच्छे लोग हैं, right? But like like the thing is like the point is not to make you graduate. The point is after you graduate, like are you going to be a useful addition to this world as a human being, or are you going to be like this person who will always be like the weakest link in the chain when 10 friends gather around a dining table? I want you to.
I know you're trying very hard to be nice about it.
No, I just want you to be like a smart person and a socially like alive person in life. Like please, like don't embarrass yourselves when you graduate.
I agree. And you asked me earlier about Italy, and one thing that I forgot at the time. Do you know over here you can give your exam 6 times?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Really?
If you fail your exam or you get a grade and you're not happy with it, you reject your grade and you sit for exam again. And if you still don't like it, you can sit again and again and again 6 times.
Within a semester?
No, throughout the year. So like,
okay.
Yeah. So like during that term, I think 4 exams होते हैं, then next term में 2. And I think when I came here, I was like, what? Habib mein to,
Yeah.
we had to work really hard, to get a good grade. And over here also, but I think this is also nice because, like you said, okay, like learn something. So I think it really slows you
Yeah.
down, makes you want to really learn and put in the work because
Yeah.
you have that space to fail and then redo it.
And it's not about the grade.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. So you don't have to
nice.
quicken the pace. You're not like बस कुछ करके pass हो जाए. Like you know you have another chance, so you slow down and you will learn from it. And then you give the exam. And if you don't like it, it's okay. Do it again and
Amazing.
again.
Yeah, actually great point. हाँ मतलब ताकि because obviously Pakistani education system की एक चीज तो ये है ना कि everything is time. Like if you don't graduate in 4 years, yes, all universities have accommodations and some deal, but like the preferred way to graduate is to graduate on time. The
Yeah.
pressure comes from society, from parents, and from your own peers. Like, oh, तुम्हारा एक semester रहता है. Why did you take a break at some point? And it's like common conversation जो I think मेरे time पे भी थी, आपके time पे भी है.
Yeah.
और inbuilt है हल्की सी judgment कि अगर आपने time पे नहीं किया तो यकीनन आपकी कोई गलती नहीं होगी, right?
Yeah.
Like that's how.
So
That's how we.
there's this fear also that kind of pushes you कि चलो cheat कर लेते हैं अगर
हाँ,
pass
वो
करने
निकाल लो.
के लिए.
ये होता है ना कि निकाल लो, इसको निकालो
Yeah, yeah.
वाली
But
चीज
मुझे
होती
लगता
है.
है यहाँ पर this is
Nice.
different because we actually put in work because grade नहीं पसंद आया कोई बात नहीं, you can reject it and do it again. So
Right.
I think that's very interesting. But I do think that while AI is something that I personally have a lot of beef with, I don't think it's like I still think maybe one good thing about it is that it kind of personalizes the way a student studies, because that one for all approach thing, it gets like I think now we should also talk about inclusion, because not everybody is neurotypical, not everybody has the same learning pace. Some people learn slow, some people learn fast. And in a classroom, I think हमारे हबीब की जो classrooms थी, it was very different. Like your class, for example, was very discussion based. So फिर everybody had space. But then there were classes जिसमें one for all approach use होती है, professor will come, teach and leave, and that doesn't work for everybody, So I think in that way, AI is helpful because like one of my favorite prompts is explain me like I'm a 5-year-old. It breaks down things for me. But at the same time, I think it has also sort of decreased my attention span, like
now you want everything explained to you like a 5-year-old.
I have started reading books again. Like I give myself time to read books again because मुझे realize हो रहा था कि my attention span has decreased so much that it was scaring me at this point. मतलब कुछ भी hard text है, I would keep reading.
Right,
What's going on?
But you've also always been like a self-aware person, so you chose not to like get like drowned in comfort zone, right? There are many people who would also be like, बस अब मैं तो सारी जिंदगी यही prompt use करूँगा. Explain to me like a 5-year-old. So that would be a bit scary. Like for me, I think in film, like you see like the possibilities are endless. मतलब अब तो आप obviously you tell a prompt, like you write a prompt and it will create images and visuals, and soon enough like those people will speak dialogues, and those dialogues will also be in not just English Urdu, but it'll probably speak Bhopal ki Hindi and UP ki Hindi and Allahabad ki Urdu, right? I mean, it's going to be that specific. I think within maybe 1 year max. Maybe I'm giving this also too much time, but maybe 3 months? I don't know. 2 years, so I don't even want to say because मुझे पता है कि उससे पहले हो जाएगा. And like in some ways, that day, like a friend of mine was saying to me, that maybe like when every person can create like an image like Star Wars, for example, or Lord of the Rings, because it's about giving the prompt, right? Then maybe what will happen in the world of film is like non-fiction, which I mean you could say documentary, might be enjoyed by more people for the explicit reason that it is not out of a prompt. Like it is actually what you're seeing are real people. Like it's not like an imaginary like bunch of pixels that is created in an image. But who knows, right? Like I would love to believe कि हाँ documentary को कुछ नहीं होगा, but अभी हमें पता नहीं है कि क्या होगा, right? We can't quite read the full situation, right? Obviously, anyway, in our post-production processes, AI has seeped in. It's making our lives as editors better, right? The sound can get corrected better. पहले जो कहा जाता था इस आवाज में तो पंखा ये ठीक ही नहीं हो सकती, अब शायद थोड़ी बेहतर हो सकती है, right? So वो आसानियां भी हैं, right? Like I should also get carried away like this cynical old person कि ये सब बुरा है, ये सब साजिश है. No, but this friend of mine was saying that maybe people will watch, because nowadays, I mean, I don't think most people watch documentary, right? But maybe people will a little more people will watch documentary for the fact that it is not created by a machine. Or maybe when so many people are creating so many images and we are all bombarded with even more visuals every day, maybe some people will start going to the theater more. And when he said it, I was like, I never thought of it this way, right? Because then we'll probably all crave like looking at an actor and seeing how she or he is acting. So it's like अंदर की tuning काफी change होगी हमारी probably. But I also want to ask you, Isha, you briefly mentioned, we were talking about future of work, and we talked about what our futures and our work could look like. I think this will be my last question to you, at least like from my side, it's going to be my last question. Okay, obviously हमने इंटरेस्टिंगली जो ज्यादा कॉम्प्लेक्स बातें थी वो पहले कर ली, एआई और उसके खौफ और उसके अच्छी बातें एंड ऑल ऑफ दैट. बट ऑन अ वेरी बेसिक लेवल, राइट, लाइक सम पीपल, obviously COVID changed things, but then some people still get to hop on a train or a bus and go to work, and then some people get to sit in front of a laptop, and like that remote / hybrid / in-person requirement to be at work in a certain kind of a dress code are all very different options. And sometimes we aren't given these options, especially I feel like in places like Pakistan, the employer decides what the mode of work needs to be. And many organizations are very setia organizations also in Pakistan. So like लोग चाहते हैं कि आप हड़ताल के दिन भी और तकलीफ के दिन भी जो है आप कुर्बानी देके आएं और 9 बजे पहुंचे और फिर 5 बजे निकलें और फिर रश आवर में फंसे और फिर आप क्रैंकी हो गए अपने घर पहुंचे. But obviously you're not in Karachi anymore at this point, at least. What do you prefer personally? What do you like? How do you like being at work?
I think it's definitely an unpopular opinion, but I do enjoy on-site work. I remember when I started my first job, I became best friends with the HR only so I could convince her to introduce some remote days, so like to turn it into hybrid mode, because my office was in defense and I live near Habib University, so it would take me like at least 3 hours on the road and I was dying. And I think it's you can't romanticize Karachi's traffic, like no matter even a person like me who romanticizes every inconvenience I cannot for the life of me romanticize Karachi ka traffic, so that's definitely a bad thing. But I think hybrid bhi sahi hai, but remote work, I hate that, because I was also working as a freelancer, so I also know what it's like to work remotely. But then I feel like in remote work you get the work done and you might learn like a skill or two, but actually more, I'm being too pessimistic about this, you learn a lot. But I think that growth that comes with going to office and meeting people, even horrible people, I'm not gonna say everybody's nice, you learn from everybody, but it really helps you grow as a person, because that transition from university life to work life, it's very very life changing. You're not a child anymore, you're an adult, you're out in the world, people perceive you differently, and you are actually like, people hold you accountable, you can't run away from that. So I just feel like that community growth, that social growth, it really happens at workplaces. Like it has changed me as a person, and I do see that difference even in my group. I do see people who go to office regularly, they have changed drastically. They have learned so much about themselves, have unlearned a lot of things about themselves. But then people who have been in remote jobs, they're very awkward and their social life is next to nothing, and like they're kind of lost in like in where they're going. Like, yes, they're earning better than me and they're not spending money on transport the way I am.
Or clothes or food, like,
Yeah, and they're working from the comfort of their homes. It's all great. But at the same time, that that personal growth is just not there that much. Like, yes, your skills are probably not better than mine, because that's not true, but you're earning well, you're learning new things, but you haven't met a lot of, you haven't met horrible people. Like, I won't romanticize by just saying, oh, amazing friends, like you meet people who make you rethink everything about your life, and I think that only comes with going to office. But I do think that that might change for me as I grow older. Like right now, I think I'm very, like, it's still early stages of my career, so I enjoy being around people.
Yeah, I have similar thoughts, like, like meeting horrible people, meeting bullies, meeting amazingly kind people, meeting people who you'd be like, I want to be like this when I'm 50, or like, I would never want to be like this when I'm 50. It's
Yes.
exactly like sending your child to school on a school van. It's like it teaches the child so much as compared to when Prince or Princess is dropped right at the school gate, causing like a hellhole of a traffic jam in the city. They learn nothing basically. They're in their bubble. But like when some bully tries to come and like grab your seat, you learn to stand up for yourself when you're in your school van. Basically, you're just like, "Tum hato yahan se, ye meri seat hai." That goes a long way. No matter where you are in the world, and especially in places like Pakistan, where like the population is so big, the competition is so cutthroat, like you have to stand up for yourself to be like, like to be taken seriously. For me, I think it's a little bit different. I feel like I really enjoyed going to work in my 20s, and now in my 30s, I feel like I now have had my share of meeting like amazing people and horrible people, and the pushovers and the bullies and all of that entire category. So I want my 30s to be spent in peace, where I can maximize my productivity by being with myself, answering those emails not around chatter, but like in the comfort of my quiet room. This also speaks of some level of privilege, where I should have a comfortable room to sit in and no distractions at home for me to say this, but I do actually have that privilege, so I'm comfortable about speaking about it. तो मतलब घर में खामोशी है, कोई शोर नहीं हो रहा, कोई तंग नहीं कर रहा, लोग ख्याल रख रहे हैं उल्टा. I love doing all the writing, reading work, all the communication work from the comfort of my home. I love being on shoots, and I feel like my shoots are often very chaotic, kind of almost erratic, right? And I love doing those. So I love either like complete chaos and uncertainty, which is at a shoot, or I love being at home, or I like to be around nice, well-meaning young individuals, which would be when I would like to be on campus. But campus emails, I don't want to answer them on campus. I just want to sit at my own desk and answer them when I want to answer them.
ChatGPT do it for you, Haya.
I know. I still, there was one day where I was like, I should ask ChatGPT to write this email, and then मुझे फजूल के वो एथिकल डायलेमे आने लगे कि भाई डिसऑनेस्ट लगेगा, मेरी वॉइस नहीं होगी इस ईमेल में. आई नो वंस गोइंग टू रीड दैट ईमेल ट्वाइस एवर. बट नाउ आई नो ना, व्हेन आई गेट अ चैट जीपीटी ईमेल, आई नो इट एंड आई डोंट लाइक द साउंड ऑफ इट. मतलब मुझे बहुत जहर लगता है वो ईमेल्स पढ़ना कि अच्छा पता है मशीन ने लिखा है तुम्हारे.
You can tell.
So easy. It's so easy.
You can
so
tell.
And I feel like if not communicators, like we are professionally like in this field, यार हमें तो एक एक sentence के एक एक word की थोड़ी परवाह होनी चाहिए. I know.
You can't fool it. उसको ChatGPT को कुछ words पसंद नहीं बहुत हैं. For example, delve.
All of these faculties, like, I'm sick of delving into things. At the end of last semester, someone said I'm sick of delving into things because everyone is delved into. Delving hard. Perfect. So, Isha, any parting words that you would like to say to us?
I would just like some assurance from you. If I ask you something, if I ask you that, do you think we'll be okay, Haya? Because this is a very dystopic sort of timeline we're living in. Where nothing is certain. I just want to know.
Yeah, no, like there is something very comforting about your face and your voice in my life anyway. I would say we're going to be okay, because maybe AI will happen and we'll all lose our jobs, right? And it's going to suck super hard for the next 5-6 years of our lives, but everyone has a tough patch in their lives, right? And then I let this airplane pass.
Oh my God. Somebody's leaving Pakistan right now as we talk.
it's Pakistan. Everyone's packing and leaving. So, I want to tell you that we're going to be okay, because maybe we will all lose our jobs, and it might suck really hard for the next 5-6 years, or for the 5-6 years that we make sense of what losing a job means. And every person's life has some rough patch. There's a bunch of years that are tougher than the others. हो जाएगा, कर लेंगे. Maybe we will dismantle capitalist structures.
I agree.
Maybe we will start worrying about money less. Maybe we will start growing our own vegetables and fruit.
Yeah.
And I don't know, learn to play music and make music all day and like have fun with our friends, because no one's going to work anyway. My biggest like way of getting back at AI, with all the little like bouts of fury that I have with it, is that obviously I shouldn't be furious about it. It's a part of my life. I should accept it. But also, maybe it's going to save us from work. Like, yes, I mean, people obviously say that AI should not be writing books for us because writing creative things is the job of writers. But मुझे होता है कि करने दो इसको ना, जैसे बदतमीज बच्चे को कभी कहते हैं इसको जो करना है करने दो. I feel like AI को जो करना है करने दो.
Yeah.
Maybe we will bake banana bread and make music and meditate and pray and reach higher levels of spirituality. Who
And
knows?
there will be more unemployed people and more trillionaires maybe at some point, since we already have
Yeah.
some of them. So the wealth gap would be so huge in like next couple of years that finally maybe people will be like, okay, capitalism, that system needs to collapse.
तोड़ दो इसको, तबाह कर दो इसको.
So I think I'm also very optimistic about it. Might not happen in our lifetime, but
all I can imagine is people having more time to work on preventing climate change to happen at a faster pace, because we won't have anything else to do anyway. Like if you think about it, that day I was reading a tweet where someone had said, I don't know if it was a tweet or a meme, where someone had said that, is anyone else suffering from an imbalance in like work genocide balance, right? Because like you think about work, and then there are hours of the day where you think about the genocide, and then we all go back to work, right? So I feel like, well, it's work that is stopping us from thinking about the genocide, right? So maybe it's work that is stopping us from thinking about climate change thoroughly, or the corrupt banking system in the world, or like financial systems, all of these things. And so maybe like it'll give us more time to be like, let's fix it.
Here's to that, honestly. Hoping that would happen. Hoping everybody turn into Italians, because they take work so non-seriously. So
I love it.
The whole world will be like.
और ठीक ही चल रहा है उनका भी, मतलब सही चल रहा है.
Economy is not that great, but people are happy.
पाकिस्तान तो बेहतर है.
People are happy. Like they're actually. I mean, I've noticed this going outside. यहाँ पे cafes भरे हुए होते हैं, outside cafes, and you would see a lot of old people sitting there. And that's, for me, that's a cultural shock, because that's why they're happy, because they get to sit 2 hours a day outside just talking and thinking and reflecting. People in Pakistan are so busy and just trying to survive.
Yeah.
Reflection the timing, and that's very important. So I do think about that a lot, and I hope one day all of us get a break from this constant hustle.
And we get to watch many films that we've been putting on our lists for long,
For sure.
But yeah, thank you, Isha, so much. Thank you for taking out time from your busy grad school padhai and joining us. It was, as always, great to see you.
Likewise, I love delving into this conversation with you. Thank you.
Let's delve deeper next time. Thank you.